Hi, seventh graders. Today, hopefully you have your pencil and a computer. And what you will be doing today is taking the MCA practice test. It's also called an item sampler. So sometimes I'll say item sampler, but it really is just a practice test. The reason I'm having you do this today is that over the next few weeks until we take the MCAs, which is in the middle of April, we will be reviewing everything that we've learned this year so far, plus adding in a couple little things that don't really seem to fit in any other unit, like a topic that you'll be learning about today after you do the practice test. So it's going to be kind of a mishmash of review and new concepts in the next couple weeks. But based on how you do on the practice test today, or the item sampler that you're going to take today, that will determine what exactly you still need to go back to review in order to fully prepare yourself to take the MCA test. Okay, so while you're taking this today, I want you to just do the best that you can. I know I didn't really give you a lot of preparation ahead of time, but this isn't really a test that you can prepare for except to review. So I want you to just do the best you can. Think about the questions as thoroughly as you can. Use the multiple choice answers to kind of guess and check if you're not really sure on how to do something. Just use your good test taking strategies that I know you all have. Because it will matter, okay? If you just go through and guess on every single thing, then I'm going to think that you need a lot of practice, and I'm going to require you to do all of that when in fact you may know more than you showed initially. So please just do your best, and let's get to it. So in a minute, sub will advance the screen here and you will see all of these directions. So I want to walk you through how to do this today, and then you'll be able to get started. Okay, so the item sampler, there are two places that you will be able to find that. Okay, the tiny URL will be on the screen for you, but you can also go to Schoology. Okay, so I'm going to show you where this is on Schoology, and for now, I would like you to just watch the video. You will be able to see these directions again when the sub is done showing you this video. Okay, so you would go to your math course, and under resources, I have two new things here related to what you're doing today. The MCA item sampler is one of them, and then Mastery Connect is the other, which you will be using later. Okay, so when you click on that MCA item sampler, you'll be brought to a window that looks like this. Okay, it tells you what grade you're in, which is grade 7, and it says there's 3 sections, 33 questions total. Okay, so you will enter your name. I'm going to be Mrs. Buchan, and then you can click Start Test. Okay, while you're working on your test today, you will have a worksheet next to you that looks like this, the MCA Practice Test Answer Sheet. Okay, while you're writing, or while you're taking your test, I want you to actually write down what answers you get. So for number 1, let's say you get A. For number 2, let's say you also get A. Number 3 is B. Number 4, let's say they want you to actually write in what you think the answer is, and you think the answer is 25, so you would put that, and then you keep going as you take your test. If you get to a box like this right here, number 9 and number 11, that's shaded in, that means it isn't multiple choice or just a numeric answer. It's something where you have to make a picture or a graph, and you can't really record that on this paper. Okay, so you don't have to write anything in those shaded boxes. But other than that, I want you to actually write down what your answers are as you go. Okay, you can use scratch paper. And you may not use a calculator. There's a calculator embedded in the testing program, and I'll show you how to use that in a minute. So you will not be using your own calculator or your phone. You can only use the calculator in this program when it is available to you. Okay, so getting back to the actual item sampler. So I logged in. I'm just going to click Start Section. Okay, there are some directions here for you. Do your best to show what you know and can do. Okay, this is an independent test. The sub will be reminding you of that. There will be no talking until everybody's done. Okay, so we're going to click to the first question. And I'm not going to answer this question with you, but I just want to show you some of the features of the item sampler, okay? So it has all the questions here under the review part. So if you want to jump ahead to number 6, you can do that and then jump back to number 1, okay? So you can jump around. If all the questions are yellow, that means they're not answered. You can also bookmark some, and then when you've answered all of them, they will turn green. Okay, bookmarking, let's say I'm on number 4 and I want to save it to review later. Then when I look back at my review list here, it's flagged for me. So I know that I have to go back and look at that one in particular. Okay, so I'm going to unbookmark that and keep going. So some other features that you have here is the notepad. You can write whatever you want. If I can write and speak at the same time. But I would really rather you use your cheat sheet, or not your cheat sheet, sorry, your scratch paper, okay? I don't know that really writing anything in here is helpful, but you can use it if you would like. You can use the answer eliminator if you're trying to narrow down some answers for yourself. You can do it this way and then pick the one that you think is correct. And you can unclick them as well. And then when a calculator is available to you, this is the calculator that's used. Okay, some of you are familiar with this because it's your calculator, but some of you are not. So this is the opportunity today to learn how to use the exponent key, the square root key, the negative symbol, all of those features. That's what you'll be practicing today as you use the calculator. Okay. And then to get the calculator to go away, I think you can just click it again on this button right here. Some other things that are useful to you, it can say, it can read it to you, okay? It can also just read a certain sentence to you, not the whole thing, okay? There you go. And then you can also change the voice, you can change the speed, all of those things, okay? And then the exhibit thing is just a formula sheet. And this looks very familiar to the formula sheet that you used on the most recent geometry test. So hopefully that will help you while you're taking the test today, okay? You will have all these features when you take the actual MCA in April. So that's why I'm having you do the item sampler in this way. All right, so when you're done with the item sampler and you have filled in all of your answers on your answer sheet, you will get to a screen that looks like this. Okay, you have submitted all your answers. It says congratulations, you've completed the test. Your score is here. Okay, I got 9 out of 33. And then it has your answers and whether you got it right or wrong. So this is the next part of your answer document that you're going to fill in right here. Okay, if you got one right, you're going to put a 1. If you got it wrong, you're going to put a 0. And that's the exact, that's the exact same way this document is filled out. So it has your answers like A, B, B, whatever you put, and then it has a 0, meaning you got it wrong, or a 1, meaning you got it right. So you're going to take your score, everything from this middle column, and fill that in on your paper. Okay, so you're going to say, I got number 1 wrong, so it's 0, number 2 wrong, so it's 0, but number 3 I got correct, and number 4, so I'm going to put 1s for those. So you're going to go through and fill all that out. Ultimately, then at the end, you can tell me your score. You can say, I got 9 out of 33, or whatever, 28 out of 33, whatever the case may be. Okay, you will be turning in this answer sheet to the basket at the end of the test. Okay, so now you have, let's go back to our instructions here. Now you have taken the item sampler, you've written your answers on the answer sheet, you've identified which questions you get right by putting a 1 and wrong by putting a 0 on the answer sheet. You're almost done. Okay, so then you're going to go and enter your answers on this website, student.masteryconnect.com. And there isn't really a way to enter your answers because some of them are either numerical, they're not just multiple choice, or it's a picture. So that's why you're just going to enter true for the ones you get right and false for the ones you get wrong. Okay, so true for everything that's a 1 and false for everything that's a 0. So when you go to student.masteryconnect.com, you can either type in that website or remember it's on Schoology under resources. So if I go to this link, masteryconnect.com, it's probably helpful if you open it in a bigger window. So remember in Schoology, you do that by clicking this box and then you enter the test ID. So the sub will have this up on the screen for you. The test ID for this class is right here, okay? Or whatever it is for your class. This is for 1-2A. So it's different for every class. So you would go ahead and enter your test ID, and you also have to enter your student ID. So after you enter that, then it will take you to a screen where you're just going to say true or false for each one. Okay, and that's just following what you have right here on your answer sheet. Okay, so a 0 would be false, a 1 would be true. You're going to get the same score on Mastery Connect that you did from the item sampler. So if I got 9 out of 33 on the item sampler, I should also get 9 out of 33 on Mastery Connect. Okay, if those two numbers don't match, then you have a problem and you'll probably have to go back and re-enter them, which you might not be able to do until I come back to school on Thursday. Okay, so just do your best entering in true or false. Okay, then you're done. Okay, you're going to turn in this answer document to the basket. Okay, then you are going to move on and do the last 2 steps here. I have a video that I've already made on Schoology called Mean, Median, Mode, and Range. And you're going to watch that and then do the practice sheet, okay, the homework. So the sub will give that to you when you are ready. And this is homework due Thursday if you don't finish it in class. Okay, so if we go back here to Schoology, go back to the main math page here. I've made a new unit. So unit 6 is here. And then there's a page called Mean, Median, Mode, and Range. If you click on that, you can see the definition sheet here, the video that I made for you. It's very short. And then the worksheet and the answer key. Okay, the worksheet the sub will give to you on paper, and then you can check the answer key when you are done. Remember that that is homework when you are finished, or if you do not finish today in class, okay? So I will be back on Thursday, and we can clarify anything with the mean, median, mode, and range if you weren't quite sure how to do those. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much.